this is an interesting story. So I'm going to let you guys introduce yourselves, but kind of what went down. I received an email just a few days ago that said, hey, got a challenge put on me to take a Spark picture with you as part of the Spark Challenge, a real official Spark Challenge. And you're from Virginia, but you happen to be in Oklahoma City. So you literally got in the car and you just finished nights. You work night shift. And so everybody at home that's watching this episode, whatever time, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So they went straight from that overnight shift.
We took a nap.
For like 2 hours. We were on the road here for 2 hours.
And then drove all the way here and to take a Spark picture.
We did.
So hopefully I'll have it and we'll throw it up on the screen and it'll be fun.
I'll send it to you.
Okay, perfect. So tell us who you are and what you do for the company.
So my name's Dustin. I am with the home office. I am a store planning associate from the state of Kentucky. So I kind of have the Northeast division and everything, which is pretty cool. I'm excited. I'm an external hire, so I'm very new to Walmart, but I'm really excited. It's a cool culture coming into it and seeing the excitement and everything with the associates. I love it. It's awesome.
Outstanding.
I'm from Virginia, been with the company 6 years, Corwin. I'm also floor planning associate. I was given the challenge, like he said, from my mentor, Bonnie Cole, to come take a picture with Serge. I've really been excited. This team the culture of the company is really rich, and I just love the project nature of a floor planning associate. Right?
Absolutely.
Never know.
And so how long total have you been with Walmart prior to?
I started December 7th, 2012.
Okay.
He's been with us.
You know exact dates, and I'm like, 30 days. I'm new.
So is it 6 years-ish?
It
will be
5.5
years?
Yeah, it'll be 6.
So there it is.
This December.
Outstanding. And how long has it been?
3 weeks, technically.
Literally
30 days. I'm very
literally
new.
30 days.
But I think that's a great conversation, too, because we talked for a second when you saw the microphone and everything, like, well, hold on, I know what this is.
Right.
And so tell us, so you were an external. What was the life prior to Walmart, and what brought you into Walmart?
So before Walmart, I was a service manager in Wilmington, North Carolina. I worked for an independent automotive repair shop. I worked there for a few years, and then right before that, American Honda Motors, I was a service advisor. And before that, I worked for a radio station in Ohio. So I've kind of been around the Northeast and everything, kind of going south. So I got to work for the radio station for a few years. So it's a lot of fun. I've had a little experience kind of everywhere. So I went from automotive retail now into this line of retail. Forgot we don't tap the desk.
It was so funny watching your face. So I can hear it. We can hear it in your voice. I guarantee you. So you got to give us a good line, like give us a radio.
No.
Sunday.
Oh no! I didn't really do those kind of commercials.
Tuning in to K125.
No, like I have great friends that do that all the time. I'm like, wow, that must be fun. I can't do it. I get behind a microphone. I'm like, So we always got to do so I got to head up the Cleveland Indians radio network and the Cleveland Browns and stuff. I'm not a big sports junkie. I couldn't tell you everything about sports, but I sat there and I did all the call outs and everything for the games. And it was a lot of fun. I mean, you got to travel and do some cool stuff. So it was a pretty cool experience.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
very awesome.
Very awesome.
So almost 6 years.
Almost 6 years. I've been up and down in the company. Started out in IMS. 2 months later, got promoted to frozen dairy.
Okay.
Took on that role. Wasn't quite ready, to be honest. Kind of jumped in a little too early. Probably should have wet my feet somewhere a little less than frozen dairy. It was a rough department when I took it over. Got the sales increases, but some life happened, and I was didn't have a car available to pick me up. I was going to have to wait till like 6 p.m. to get off every day, so I was hanging around the store. So I was like, I'll go to overnights. Did mod team for about 8 months. Then I got my car situation. I actually got a Corolla. So I came back to management, took over jewelry, shoes, and accessories. Then when the CAP process rolled out, they gave me intimate, so I wound up having 27 through 32. Okay. And I was like, oh my goodness, that's a lot of departments. But tackled that for about a year and a half. Had some disagreements with my management team. I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to take a step back for me. And then I walked up to my mentor who challenged me to come here. I stepped into customer host. She was the AP manager, and I was just like, I'm going to step over here. And I told her, in 1 year, I am going to be a floor planner. I was like, I'm not going to be a customer host for forever. It's not going to happen. I love you and all, but I'm leaving. Almost 2 years to the day, I was a floor planner. So I was just like, keep your mind on the goal. But in that years, I talked with her, and I was like, would it look better to apply for this job as a customer host or GM support? Because it was open in my store. And she was like, GM support would definitely look better. So I did that for a year, and it was a lot of fun. Like, GM support, if you like day-to-day just tackling problems, helping customers, GM support is a great role. It'll teach you a lot. People bring questions to you constantly that are just like, I have no idea. I've never even thought of this problem, and you're telling me I have to solve it in the next 30 minutes.
Which is kind of cool because that carries over to what we do now with store planning and design.
Exactly.
And one thing that I thought was really cool about Corwin is that he is a self-described introvert.
I am
but
very
he's the most outgoing person you'll ever meet in your life.
He's the most outgoing introvert.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like,
So three things that I want to hit on, because you hit three major topics just right there. So we got to hit them real quick. First one, you had an issue. The company was able to find a solution with you by moving to overnights. I mean, whether you did or not, I think that's pretty.
Oh yeah, my
incredible.
store manager was very understanding of my car situation.
So you didn't allow the stuff outside to actually jeopardize your career. You kept moving forward. You found an avenue, which I think is incredible.
Absolutely.
And
ironically, stepping down, I actually got a 15-cent raise. It was so weird.
That is weird.
I was just like, I went overnight.
So you went overnight. You were able to get that raise until you had a situation where it got cleared up and you were able to come back.
Yep.
So which takes us to the second thing that I think a lot of people are going to want to know about is, so you're telling me sometimes we have tension with our management team?
It happens all the time. It's learning to deal with those problems and solve them in a productive manner that really will get you much further in the company. The more productive you can be with your management team, you'll work together much better, and they will get you solutions if you need. Like me, when I went overnights, they were loving me as frozen dairy, but just my schedule wasn't working, and so I went overnights and helped train up. They were really looking for department managers at that time to help train the mod team on how to do things.
Sure.
And at this time, we didn't have any supervisors over our mod team. It was just the mod team.
You were able to find a solution in a terrible situation. You were able to find another solution in a bad situation with management, which I think, like I said, at some point we were going to run into. I mean, things happen. One of my dearest friends said, there are three things in life that you got to figure out. You know, do you like the person you work with? Like the people you work with, do you enjoy those people? Do you like what you do? Right. And do you like who you work for? And he's like, if you can do one of those three, you'll be fine. Like you can survive, but it'll catch up to you. If you got two of those three, then you'll be really truly you'll be just fine. You can probably enjoy that the rest of your career. But if you got all three, like home run, you've hit the jackpot. And what's interesting is none of those three had anything to do with money. And I think that's always a constant thing. It's more of the conflicts that we find in jobs with peers or with who we work for or what we do. And so we've identified something you did. We identified who you work for. And now you moved into, but what I ultimately want to do even moving forward, you had a goal, you had a plan, you found a mentor.
Yep.
And you were able to move forward in that.
Smooth as butter, really.
And
it really was. And
that really puts you forward in the position that you're going into now with store planning. We deal on a day-to-day basis with multiple levels of management in a store. So if you're able to work with that with previous experience, it really puts you ahead moving forward into stores. When you're resetting a store, you're going to have a ton of issues pop up.
Sure.
Oh, loads.
Absolutely. So how you deal with them is everything.
So we don't have a ton of time, but I know, right? We're already having too much fun because one of our goals with the show is, to be a little bit. Yeah, we want
keep it small.
There it is. But I want to ask Dustin, give us the synopsis. If you were saying store planning, what you love about it, and what's sometimes a little bit difficult on your end, that maybe the store doesn't see.
What we've learned in 3 weeks.
There's a lot that you learn in the first 3 weeks.
And I think we need to say that.
So
much training.
So very early, but in training it's kind of cool because you get to see a lot of different aspects to things. It kind of makes you step back, reevaluate your expectations and what you thought of the position before you went in, and you can reevaluate and move forward from there. What I really like about the position is that it is an absolute constant change. You have no night or no day. It doesn't really matter what shift you work. Yeah. Nothing is the same. It's always different. So you were over here yesterday, and now you're way over there. So you have that constant change up, which is really cool.
That sounds like a nightmare to some people.
It does sound like a nightmare because it can be overwhelming. You're as an FPS. In a store, you've got a staff of, you could have 15 people, you have 20, you could have 30 or more. With your store remodel, you guys have a ton of folks here.
We did. We just went through remodel at this store, 4637, and saw that exact same thing you're talking about. But again, some people don't want the change.
Yes.
Some people love the change.
Absolutely.
And to be able to acknowledge that, that's great.
Absolutely. Yeah. I love change. I love doing anything. I was just
100%.
We jumped in a car and drove 2 hours here. So
also networking. Keep contact with all the people, like the important people that helped you out. Keep contact. Those people will help you through problems. Even in floor planning, where we're now in retail side or realty side, keep operations, because like I won't know if the CAP process changes. We don't deal with it as floor planners. So whenever I'm going through and doing a reset in a store, for instance, I'm not going to be like, oh, I totally know how to do CAP right now, because you guys know CAP has changed probably.
Sure. You said you started with
3-4
IMS.
times. Yeah.
We're on down the line.
We're a couple on.
I think one of the most important things, though, and it doesn't matter what position you're in within Walmart or Sam's Club, any division, is that you have to be open-minded. You also have to be willing to ask questions. If you don't ask questions, you're never going to know. There's so many different aspects and so many different areas of this business. You're not going to know them all. Ask somebody that you've networked with.
What's that Kevin always said? The squeaky mouth gets fed, or something like that?
Something like that. He had a ton of little sayings in training. We're going to have to email him this link.
There it is. The squeaky wheel. I've heard that one. Gets the oil.
Yeah.
Or gets the grease. And that's true. But at the same time, we want to be all efficient wheels.
Yeah,
like that's what we're going to.
Absolutely.
We're going to check out
a well-oiled machine, really.
So here's the big question. You came to do the Spark. Mm-hmm. We did the Spark.
We did the Spark.
So what does the Spark mean to you? As someone from the external, brand new, fresh eyes, what does it mean to you? And then we'll come.
So to me, whenever I see it, whether it's on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, it's all over. It's really cool. It's caught on. It's like wildfire. What that said to me first and foremost was it branded the culture of Walmart. It showed me that, hey, there's so much excitement, so much opportunity to be had here if you're just willing to ask questions, network, and move.
Outstanding.
Yep. Mine is just this desire for improvement is the Spark. Be an adapting, evolving company. Like, I've been shocked in my 6 years how nimble Walmart has become. Like, we are just responding faster and faster stuff.
Absolutely.
Like, in the last, I'd say, 2-3 years, our focus on training, academy stores, the program we're in, like 2 years ago, last year, it was 1 week in Bentonville.
Yep.
And then we kind of would just go straight to stores. Now it's a 5-week program, and we go through several different facilitators and different things that just
exposures. And
we go through a whole lot more training. The store is really more focused on getting these right associates in the right positions. And if you're not in the right position, talk up to your boss. They will help move you.
Absolutely.
And there's, as they've said many times in all of our orientations, there is a position in Walmart for whatever you want to do. Pilot, pharmacist. It's Walmart's got it all.
I mean, weather.
Yes.
And I think you hit it on the head. And I was going to say, you said the last 2 or 3 years, I have to completely agree. And a lot of that is going to be to our president and CEO, Doug McMillan, who said there will be no better place than Walmart to continue to move forward with your career. We have those options everywhere. And so that wasn't set up. So I'm really excited that you guys came in today. This was not planned.
No, it's very spur of the moment.
I actually had this set up for a different interview, and they're here. And so I'm very thankful that you guys came on the Rise Together show.
The Rise Together show.
And new fans. I mean, you just liked it just a little while ago.
Yeah, literally, I just
watched
found out
all the videos.
So with that being said, we thank you so much for watching today. Keep checking back every week to meet new incredible associates like this all around the country. And maybe the world.
Maybe.
Right.
That would be exciting.
We gotta get the
We're gonna share it
GoFund
out there.
GoFund.
There it is.
Surge to India.
Surge to India. Wherever I end up. Who knows? So as always, we can't go do anything without doing it together. And we have to do that by rising together. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.